Hey guys, Katie Taylor here, and today's video is a little bit different than what you're used to seeing here on this channel. I am going to be putting together the roller skate mini album from the May 24 Scrap Diva release. I hope you will stick around and see how it comes together. I want to preface this video with letting you know that I did record it back in May because that was when I was supposed to be releasing this artwork. But because of sickness, travel, end of school, so on and so forth, I am just now getting around to posting these videos. Okay, so during the month of May, I am a guest designer over at Scrap Diva. She has some wonderful, wonderful die cuts. So she has sent me some to play with. Again, I will be posting throughout the month of May, but I just wanted to walk you through what I have and what I will be sharing with you this month. So we have the Flower Center Trio. So you can see here that these sizes can be stacked on top of each other. Right off the bat, what I am loving about these is you have multiples. So we all know that we hate going to make something and we only have one die cut shape, so we have to send it through multiple times. Here, you're going to be able to make lots of flowers with just one pass through of your die cut machine. Then these next three are really, really good. I love these. They just scream summer to me, which I am in Texas and I am on the verge of summer. It's not summer yet on the calendar, but we are already hitting those 90-degree marks. So this is going to be fun. So we have the pitcher. So you can see there, a couple of sizes of pitchers over there. And then we have the lemon slices. Again, what I love is you can pass all of these bin cuts, these die cuts through your die cut machine, and then those will cut all those shapes at once. So I love that they're lemons, limes, you got some citrus in there, and you've got the stir spoons. And then we have these, which is the lemon shakers. Let me get that one over there. But this is going to create a shaker. And then all these cute little floral pieces can be inside there. And then you have 2 sentiments. Love that. And then we have this one, and this is the Frilly Rose flower plate. Again, a lot of images here on this one pass through. These are going to be fun also because you have the larger flowers and then the smaller. And then we have this butterfly one. That's going to be fun. You know, spring just brings birth, new birth, butterflies, insects. Here in Texas, we have mosquitoes, Texas-sized mosquitoes. So I'm glad she didn't send me a mosquito and she sent me a butterfly instead. That's going to be pretty. And then we have some title options. So I am a scrapbooker if you are new here. So I love these title options because I'm going to be able to use these over and over on all of my projects. And these are summer themed. So you've got summer, you've got lemonade, you've got swimming, you've got travel. So fun. And then we have our roller skate mini album. Love this. I have very fond memories of roller skating, and I can tell you that roller skating is not like bike riding. It's not one of those things that you do once and you'll always remember how to do. So I'm anxious to try this one out. And then we have this one. This is the mouse bow. So you've got some bow options right here, and then you've got that cute little image as well as these. And then this is another one that screams summer to me. So we've got the popsicle or ice cream treat, you know, the ice cream truck rolling down your street. So this is going to be fun. Not only for some little gift card holders, I'm pretty sure I can make a shaker out of that one, but also on my scrapbook layouts. And then we have this one, and this is the 3D ribbon gift box. So one thing I love about this, I just wanted to point out, is that you have some just regular shapes. So by purchasing this to use with your 3D gift box, you also have just purchased these regular rectangles, and they're all stitched. So love that option. So again, that's a look at my projects. I will be featuring these in May on and off. I'm also going to be sprinkling in my regular YouTube content. So stick around and see what I make with those. In the meantime, go follow Scrap Diva on Instagram and on YouTube. I'll leave links down below for those channels so you can go check it out. Here is a look at those die cuts. You have 2 basic shapes, which are the stitched outline and the regular, as well as tons and tons of little elements that you can add to the skates, and that is what I'll be sharing with you today. So I have cut just a bunch of pieces off camera. There's definitely a cover to this little mini album. It's the one with the embossed edges. And then there's this cute little shoelace hole, thin cut or die cut. So I did those. And then I'm just alternating the inside of the pages. You can see where there is a larger one. So there's no embossing on this one. I went ahead and did the laces. And then there's also a stitched one, which is super, super cute. So I'm just going to alternate the pages and then kind of decorate them with some of the little elements that come with the die cut. So I'm going to speed this up and kind of talk you through what I was thinking. So first and foremost, on the cover, on all the little elements, I did come in and add 3D foam tape. Now this is one of my favorites. It's extremely thin, so you can see where I was able to just kind of go around the natural curve of this piece and then without cutting a whole bunch of strips. You'll see it again here on this, and then as well as the heel decorations. So I'm just going to trim that off, and then here are the heel decorations. Now if you are a follower here, you know that usually when I die cut, I usually like to die cut 2 pieces of paper at once, and that's what I did with this pattern paper. So I'm just separating those 2 layers, and then I am just going to come in and add these to the skate. Now for the most part, all the little elements definitely have a design element that lets you know where it wants to go. As far as the heel elements, I am just using the die cut itself and the way it came on the sheet to kind of line that out. Now keep in mind that I also added 3D foam tape to these elements, but I am separating them just slightly. You don't want to separate them too much, especially if you have a pattern, because it'll make that pattern go off. I did decide once I kind of roughed these out not to use the top 2. It just kind of got too busy. And then I also added some shimmer trim to the base of the skate. And then you can see here, I'm just adding some ink to these cardstock wheels, just so there won't be a white core. I am going to add dimensionals to the skate wheels itself, and then that will make it really easy to just plop those wheels on. Now I chose the dark blue for the wheels because I'm going to stack several layers on these. Now this is the cover, so I'm really going all out on the cover. And then I'm going to keep the inside pages pretty basic, but still super cute. So you can see I layered on some red cardstock, and then in this die cut came these little sequins. I'm actually using those for the top of the wheel. This would have been really cute hindsight if I would have die cut these out of like silver or some metallic color. And then I am just using some glitter gems or some sparkles for just the centers of those little circles. And then that cover is done. Now on all my pages off camera, I went ahead and I scored a little flap, and that's going to allow it to fold really nicely as you're flipping through the mini album. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a second when I do my flip through. Now, the biggest photo you can fit on here is a 2x2. I did decide to go ahead and mat these in red cardstock. And then of course I'm adding some of those stars. All of these elements, keep in mind, all of these elements come with this die cut. And you can see the laces. Those are actually cut from the base of the skate. And then I've added white gel pen, and then here I'm adding a gray journaling pen all around the edge, just so it just won't scream white to you. So there'll be some design elements to it. So that was the shape that was just basic, and anything in the red cardstock, that is the shape that is a little bit smaller, and it has the stitching around it. You could also layer the stitched layer on top of the basic one, but I decided to make them each their own. So I'm taking that second layer of die cuts that I cut and adding the heel, and then I will come back and I'll add the wheels. Now on this heel I am adding all 5, I believe I did. And then I'm also using some of the titles that I showed at the very beginning of this video. Now remember, this is a separate die cut, but these are the summer titles, and this one says summer, and this will go on that first page that has the journaling. I wanted to come in and add some more of the stars to this stitched red one, and you can see how I finished off the wheels, and then I will add some white gel pen to the stars just to finish them off. Now on this red stitched one, my photo mat actually is that light blue, which is Mist, and then I'm going to stack all of these together. And then I have created 2 additional little 2x2 photos. And the way I will do that is come back through after I punch a hole. I am using my Crop-A-Dial, and I'm making sure that that hole is in that top left on top of the score mark that I did. Now I'm going to decide where I want these 2x2 ribbon photos. I've decided to put one right there before the journaling, and I'm just feeding that ribbon through the hole. And then I'm going to do the same over here toward the back of the album. Now to secure these ribbons, even though it's going to be pretty tight once I get the ring through and all the ribbon, I did want to make sure that they were secure. A mini album that you can flip and play with, you want to make sure that all your elements are really adhered down. So I am using some glue dots just to kind of tack that ribbon down to the back side of the mini album. You definitely could add some design elements to these back pages, but depending on what photos you use, I kind of wanted to keep it simple for right now. So I'm going to stack these back on top of each other and then pull out this ring that I want to use. And I'm just going to feed these pages through that ring. I am working from the back. And then I'm going to close that up. Now, one thing I love about using rings, especially on mini albums, is decorating them with ribbon. Ribbon is one of my just utmost favorite design elements, embellishments. There's so many colors and textures and sizes and widths. So you're going to see that I am going to pull out 3 ribbons. Now this is just a thin white grosgrain, and then I am going to pull out some red and white gingham from my stash, and then I'm also going to pull out a darker blue that kind of matches the wheels. I am double knotting those. It does not matter whether you start with the left or the right. The thing about mini albums is you really want just the ribbons going everywhere. So sometimes when you do tie them differently, you'll have those tails go different directions, which just adds to the interest. I am filling in a lot with the baker's twine. You saw that I used blue and red, so I am going to put some of those in between each one of the grosgrain and the gingham ribbons, as well as behind all the ribbons. I'm going to trim that, fluff it, and then here is a look at that mini album. I absolutely love that the laces can actually have things laced through them, and of course I used the blue and white baker's twine. You can see all the elements of the white gel pen as well as the journaling pen, and then of course those flip up 2x2 albums or 2x2 photos. And then here is a look at the still shots. Now keep in mind that I will link all of these, or I'll link Scrap Diva Designs website down below, but she has a YouTube channel. Go follow her over there. And then her Instagram is just packed full of inspiration because of her design team and all the different things they do with her die cuts. So check that out. Again, it'll be linked down below. Remember that this is a little one-off for my channel, so I hope you'll stick around and watch one of these videos that actually depicts what's usually shown here. Thanks, and have a wonderful rest of your week.